survey by Doctors Best found that the average American only feels fully healthy just 19 days out of a month, and much of it is related to our gut health. Gastrointestinal issues not only make you feel sick, they can also cause things like brain fog and depression. That's because 90% of your serotonin, which is crazy to me, I did not know, and up to 80% of your immune cells are located in your intestines. And digestive issues can also lead to things like increased intestinal permeability or leaky gut. So Dr. Tanya Elliott joins us now to discuss the study's results and steps that you can take to improve your digestive health and overall wellness. So thank you so much for joining us. First, though, tell us about the survey and what it says about how people are feeling.
Yeah, so this was a survey conducted by Doctors Best, 2,000 Americans, and it was just a general wellness survey, like how are we feeling? And you hit the nail on the head, like half the time we're not feeling well, okay? Only 19 healthy days per month, like that's not acceptable. And 70% of people say I'm in moderate to poor health. So we're not feeling well in general, and we've got to do something about it because digestive issues were number one, and then fatigue, mood changes, and headache were the other most common issues. But I have news for you. As you mentioned before, if 90% of our serotonin, which is our feel-good hormone, is produced, those cells are produced in the gut, then guess what? All of this could be related to our gut.
And I had no idea. I knew that they talk about the immune system, right? It kind of lives there, but I had no idea about the serotonin as well. And as an immunologist, can you tell us how your gut health impacts your immune health, though?
Yeah, so if we've got our immune cells that are in the gut or localized in the gut, you have to think about the gut almost like as this hub, right? And then this hub is giving signals to say, hey, fight off infection. Hey, when these cells are in disarray, right, or dysregulated, we're going to end up with autoimmune disease because the immune system cells that are located in our gut are going to get confused. And then we're going to be attacking our own cells in our body. You also can have an increased incidence of allergies where our immune cells start to react to things that are normally occurring in the environment. And then there's the gut brain axis, which we really did know about, right? When we think I'm sick to my stomach or I had a gut feeling about this. So we actually were articulating this, and now we understand the science behind it.
That's so interesting. So talk about leaky gut, because I hear that term a lot. I don't really know what it means, but I know there's multiple conditions that can happen, that can come about from having poor gut health, right?
Yeah, so leaky gut. So just imagine like this nice smooth lining of our gut and our colon, right? And then we've got an abnormal amount of these bad bacteria and not enough of the good bacteria. And like these good bacteria are needed because they have byproducts. They produce products that our gut cells need in order to be smooth and healthy. So if you have a lot of bad actors and the bad bacteria there, you get a breakdown of, and you no longer have that smoothness of the gut cells. And then you end up with bacteria and toxins and food byproducts ending up in your bloodstream.
Oh, that's how it works. Thank you for breaking that down. You made it sound so much more manageable and digestible. Hey, I like that. That actually worked out well. You made it digestible for me. So what can people do to improve their overall gut health?
They need to support their microbiome, right? And a lot of us have heard about prebiotics. Prebiotics are essentially like food that you give to support the proliferation of good bacteria. Then there are probiotics, which are actually you're ingesting the bacteria. We're like, oh, we need these good bacteria. Let's eat them from either things like kimchi, fermented foods, or maybe yogurt cultures. And then there's postbiotics, which I like to call the punchline. These are actually the byproducts that are created when the good bacteria break down fiber in our gut. And there's one postbiotic in particular called butyrate. And this is really important to support healthy digestion and the gut lining. So people, if they're not getting the right amount of fiber and they don't have the right good bacteria in their gut, or there's dysregulation, they may want to consider a postbiotic, the punchline, right? Taking butyrate. So Doctors Best has a supplement that's butyrate with core biome, which is a highly absorbable form of butyrate that can support that healthy lining of the GI tract and digestion.
Wonderful. Well, where can we find it? Where can we go for more information?
They can check out doctorsbest.com, and you can follow me, Dr. Tanya Elliott, on social media.
I definitely will. Thank you so much for helping us out with that today and empowering us in our gut health.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And everyone at home, if you would like to see this interview again, just head to First Coast News Plus.